Hey!
Hi.
Sorry we were a couple of minutes late there, or maybe a minute late. I was too busy kicking my router for us to be able to get online. It's conveniently placed right by the side of my chair. So if I'm ever excited by some of the amazing work that Gronya's doing, then normally it ends up me kicking my router. Gronya, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Um, I'm thinking of, you remember the last time we were on about the technical advice we gave? So there was turn it on and off, and now you're kicking over routers.
Yeah, I did the really technical thing of wiggling the wire, and that worked.
Oh yeah, that's the other one.
That's a
Yeah.
good one, that one. So, right. What are we here for, Gronya? Please tell everyone what we're here for.
We're here for celebrating the Titanic. Well, it's not an anniversary year or anything, but always around this time of year you think of the Titanic because it was the 12th of April, if I'm right, when it went down.
There we
Yeah.
go. 12th
Yeah.
of April. Well, actually, that probably, is a good reason for us all to, get to know a few more Titanic facts. I mean, it's a strange one, isn't it? The anniversary of the Titanic, celebrating, but it's kind of, it's a
Yeah,
double-edged sword, isn't it?
it does sound a bit strange celebrating or thinking, an anniversary of when is such a big tragedy, but it's something that's ingrained and like everyone knows the story, don't they? You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
and it just fascinates people. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll see all about that. Right.
Mhm.
So anyway, digital leader nonsense. What do we have to tell you all? Digital leaders, what happens here? Right. So we're going to do two challenges today. Two. We're going to do them both on the iPad and the laptop, desktop, Chromebook style browser experience. And what we'll do is we'll go back and forth between myself and Gronya. She'll be using the iPad,
Mhm.
and you can get tips and tricks from both of us. And actually, if you're using a laptop, well, when Gronya's using the iPad, or that way, better. Can't get my thumb round far enough. There we go. Then, that's a good chance for you to be cracking on with your work. And also, if you're on an iPad, you'd be getting on with your work while I'm using the browser experience. But they are very, very similar. So do, keep an eye on us both, because
Yeah.
we'll both have things that we're showing you. Right. That's the first thing. Second thing is, don't feel like you have to keep up with us. Definitely try and work alongside us. That's a good idea. But you can pause us at any time. Gronya, would you be offended if they paused us?
No, as long as my face looks, I have a nice smile on my face and it's not pulling some kind of weird face.
So make sure you pause it while Gronya's laughing, smiling, all of those kind of things. Not when I'm telling her off. That's a bad idea. So you can pause us whenever, but do try and keep up. But if you are struggling with, just pause us and then bring it back to where, just play it again when you're ready. That's absolutely fine. Now, what happens if they complete both of their challenges, Gronya?
I don't know what does happen. Is there a
Gronya,
massive? Oh, I know. It's a voyage on the Titanic, is it? Titanic.
Oh, you told them. You told them. I was going to keep that one back. No, if you complete two of your challenges, you will get swag delivered to your school.
Good.
Not the Titanic isn't going to get it there for you, but we are going to give you swag. And if you then go on and teach it to other children, pupils, students in your school, then we'll give you VIP swag. Gronya's never had VIP swag.
No,
She doesn't deserve it.
no.
Absolutely not. Right. I think that's all the notices we need to give. I think it's probably just time to crack on, really. So let me share my screen. Okay, so hopefully, doesn't really matter if you don't, but hopefully you should have this page. Okay, you should have this page. If you haven't got it and you've got an iPad-y thing, what do they do with their iPad, Gronya?
Oh, they can lift it up and scan the QR code.
Yeah, with the camera app, exactly. Or you can go to the short link. Not all schools can access short links, bit.ly/Titanic Express. Oh, mine's just gone. It's back on again. So yeah, let me just present my screen again. Now that's annoying. It just timed out, but it's going to be back on in a very short amount of time. Yes, so you can scan the QR code. You can go to the short link. Any of those things, they're absolutely fine. Because what you'll need today is you'll need words, because first of all, Well, the plan was, first of all, to do a graphic design challenge, but Gronya's overruled me. She said it was a terrible idea. And she said the best thing to do is just to go for the web page idea. We're going to do this one first, the web design. And you'll see it's got a little button here, words, bit.ly/Titanic words. If you click that, this Google Doc will come up. And it's got all sorts of interesting facts about the Titanic. April the 14th. We were both wrong.
I was 12. It's 1912. That's what I was thinking of.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, April the 14th, 1912. Gosh, there's all sorts of people coming into this doc. The thing's going crazy. It's off the hook. So that's where you can get all sorts of facts and figures for your webpage, which is great. And what else? That's kind of it. I feel like I'm waffling incredibly. Just so much today. Now we have got some comments in the chat. Do give us some comments in the chat. Oh no, Elmira, our swag never arrived. Don't you worry about that. I'm going to check on it. I didn't post any swag in the last 2 weeks because everyone was on Easter half term, but I did on Wednesday last week. So I would say, just keep your eyes out for Postman Pat because he's going to be there sometime. But I have sent out all the swag requests to everyone. Swag is free, by the way. Right. Okay. So actually, let's just start off with the web design challenge. Mm-hmm. So what am I going to do? Well, because I'm on the browser experience, I'm going to start off here. But actually, Gronya, I think we'll get iPad people sort of off of motoring first, just by if you can show them the app icon and then just open it up and start a page, and then I'll take it back. Is that cool?
Okay. Yeah.
Here we go then.
Yeah. So we're using Adobe Page. And it's this little icon down here. You can see it.
Yes.
So it's a little bit different from, it's not Adobe Express. It's not all in the one app. So we're using Adobe Page. Yeah. And when you open it up, it's quite simple and straightforward because you're only dealing with pages in this app. And we just hit the big blue button at the bottom. At the minute, you can see all my projects that are already there. So I'm just going to hit the plus button. It takes me in straight away to start creating my page.
Cool. Do you know what? I'll take it back from there because actually these two are so similar, aren't they? That everyone can follow on from there. Right. Yeah. So like Gronya did, I'm pressing the big plus as well. But here I get lots of different options because I'm on the browser experience where everything is in one. And I'm going to go to web page, open that up, and here we go. Right. So like this is exactly the same as Gronya had. So here, I got a title here. I mean, I just got the Titanic. That's pretty boring, isn't it? I mean, maybe I should go back to my page. I haven't got anything that I want to copy and paste from there. Never mind. Okay, so I'll put in here. I can just put the Titanic if I want, or if I'm feeling bold with my spelling, the anniversary of the Titanic. There we go. I'll put my name underneath. Why not? Get some recognition for all the hard work I do. Right. So here we're presented with this kind of gray background here. Gronya, what happens if anyone leaves a gray background on their page?
I guess the people wouldn't read any further.
Yeah, because it would look really boring, wouldn't it? So what you can do is press the plus down here, go to photo. Now, a few different things you can do. Right. You can search for Titanic, but actually, Gronya and I were saying before, some of the free images you get with Titanic, they're either irrelevant or rubbish, quite frankly. So that's why it's quite good to go back to our web page here. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you've got loads of cool images at the bottom here. So actually, I think I'm going to go for this first one. If I just click it, I can right click it and then save image as. That's the browser experience. With that, how is it on the iPad, Gronya?
Yeah, well, it's more or less the same. You
tap and hold.
Press and hold until you see save to photos, and that'll save it into your Photos app then. Yeah,
so very similar. So I'm going to save image as, and then it comes up here. I'll put Titanic header because I think I must have some Titanic images in there already. So just make sure it doesn't get confused. You can see it's downloaded to the bottom. So now if I go to upload photo, downloads, where's it gone? Let's search for it. Where's it gone? Titanic header went to a really strange place. And then press open. Boom. It's in there. Happy with that. Right. What I'm going to do now is going to go back to my doc on the night of April 14th, 1912. There we go. I'll copy that, right? Because what I think I'm going to do with mine, go to the Express page. Let me get rid of that file there. Scroll to start writing your story. Comes up here. And actually, I'm just going to start off with like a big, it's not a headline. What would you call it? Like a...
Is it like a subheading, or
Yes.
is it, what do you call when you're, oh, I can't remember the name. So, you know, when you read an article in a magazine and they have a little paragraph that is just sort of stands out a bit, sort of, it's like an introduction, isn't it?
Yeah, well, exactly. An introduction. That's a good way of saying it. So I'm going to stick it in there, but it's a bit small there. And like Gronya's saying, this is like the big sort of kickoff. So I'm going to, you don't have to highlight it. Actually, I always do, but you actually just need to click in it. And then you've got header 1, header 2. You can choose, you know, different formatting. I'll go for header 1. There we go. All right. All right, Gronya, do you want to whiz through that?
Yeah.
And then, so if you're now working on your Chromebook or your laptop or your desktop, you can just crack on with that now. And if you need a little bit of help, watch what Gronya's doing because it's the same.
Yeah, so it's very similar to the web browser. You're just tapping in here, putting in your title. And I've got my name in underneath. I'm going to tap on photo just to kind of show you that. If I go into Safari here, if you want to choose a photo, you just press and hold. And you've got the option to save to photos. And it's actually quite handy because that's all you need to do. And it should be in your Photos app there. So you can see I've saved quite a few. So then when I go to photo here, I'm going to go on my iPad. And you can see you've got recents and so on. Let's go in there. And let me choose, let me try this dramatic one here. Found.
What have you got? You got some great images there.
Yeah,
Whoa!
so this obviously wasn't a photo taken at the time, but it was a illustration or an artist's impression of what might have happened. So,
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm just like scrolling up to add in then my kind of introduction text, introductory paragraph. And I have it on a Pages doc here. So
Nice.
I'm just going to copy that. And let's add it as some text. Press and hold, and you can, oh, come back, paste.
Nice.
And again, then I might have to, do I have to, oh, it's up here at the top. So I'm going to change it to heading 1. There, and we've got it nice. So that's the little bit that's going to attract your readers. You know, they're going to go, okay, what's this page about? You give them a little bit of an intro, and then they'll want to scroll down to read a little bit more.
Exactly that. Listen to Gronya. She speaks nothing but the truth. Right. Let's go for the second section. Right. So I'm going to copy this bit here, including the link as well. So I'm just going to copy it. Going to go back to my page. And then here you can press the plus. And I'm going to go for a split layout. Right. Now, on the right-hand side is space for all sorts of things. You can see photo, text, button, video, blah, blah, blah. Going to click text. Paste in my text. Now, here, what I'm going to do is going to transform this into a button. So I'm going to highlight that text. I'm going to press Control and X or Command and X, depending on what you're using. Let me X that. And then just above it, click the button. Put my URL in the second box there. And then just type in read more there. I'm going to align it to the center because I'm like that. And so should you be. With your alignment, you should be very fussy about your alignments. That's what it's all about, alignment. That's the meaning of life. And then you can, you've got this kind of nice little, setup here. And then you can do things like put your cursor in, press return, gets you 2 paragraphs if you want to. If you didn't want to do that, you can use the back button up here. There you go. But I do want it. So put it back in for me. And then on the left-hand side, what's it got in here? I'm looking for a keyword, really. All my photos that I find for Titanic are pretty rubbish. So what will I do? Squash guts. Maybe I'll search. Oh, gourmet meals might be good. Grania, you'll have to be on hand here to tell me what a gourmet meal looks like, because you look like you're a foodie. So
I'm well, I can eat food, but I really can't make it that well. Yeah, I enjoy
microwave
eating.
meals for everyone. Does that look gourmet to you?
That looks gourmet, yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. So there you go, gourmet meals. That's nice. And then let me just do that again. What am I going to do here? I'm going to take this paragraph here, copy it. So this is the same. You'll be doing this twice. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to go split layout again. And what you'll notice is that the box for the photo is now on the other side. So let me stick in my text. It's the same sort of process. Now, lifeboats would be a good one, to like a keyword to search for your image. Stick it in there. Lifeboats. Now, you know, these RNLI ones are a bit too fancy and modern. I don't think there was anything like that on the Titanic, unfortunately. But you know, maybe this one looks a bit more.
Yeah, that era. Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously a bit more modern, but it gives you the kind of idea. And then you could do stuff like separate that. And because, you know, this is one of the big things about the tragedy in general, is that actually, because the reason why they didn't have enough lifeboats is because they thought they didn't look nice on deck. So maybe I'm going to highlight that in a quote.
Yeah.
Be like, that was a bit of a bad one, wasn't it? Right. So I've done my two split layouts. People, you can have time now to do yours while Grania runs us through that on the iPad.
Mm-hmm. So as I scroll up, it pops up. I'm going to choose split layout as well. And if I go to the plus on the side, on the right-hand side, I'm going to add my text. So I've already gone back and copied just like I did before. So I'm just tapping and waiting patiently till the paste comes up. And sometimes we get
caught out by the patience, I must admit.
So you can see it's automatically put it into the two little paragraphs there, because that's the way it was in the original document. So I'm going to get my text here, and it's a little bit harder. We're going to have to just you kind of have to highlight it with your finger, which sometimes can be tricky, but we're going to just do cut, and I'm going to add in my button now, and I'll just paste in my link first, and then my button label. Like Don was saying, we need to prompt our audience to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
We want to say, read more here.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's got to be a prompt, doesn't it? Like a call to action. That's what they call it.
Yeah. So like, you know, if you have a button or anything on a web page, people need to be directed in how they use it. You know, we can't just assume they're going to know. So you have to say read more or click here or something like that. So I'm going to put my alignment in the center.
Well done on the alignment. That's what we're all about here.
All right. So yes, I'm gonna add image in here, and let's see if I go back out and we can have a look at how we search for some free images here. So instead of on my iPad, I'm gonna find free images, and let's see, gourmet food. What we got?
Oh, nice.
Something that looks like it would be on the Titanic. Need a fancy restaurant. Let's go for dessert. Is this a dessert?
Look at that. It looks like a dessert. It looks like a cheesecake to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That looks nice.
A bit of that.
So I'm going to add my split layout, and just like the web browser, it swapped it round. So I need to go and get my text though. So this time we're adding just this next little bit, about the lifeboats. Let's copy that. Paste.
There you go.
Okay, so let's find where the bit about the lifeboats. I've just put the cursor in there, and I'm going to hit the return just to separate it. Let's see, can we make it into a quote?
Nice. So all your things are at the top, aren't they? All your options.
All along the top, yeah.
Right.
and you don't need to highlight or anything, which is sometimes handy because in the iPad, I find it a little bit trickier. You're just using your finger.
Yeah.
So let's see, can we get our,
I wonder if you probably get different images to me.
yeah, there was different ones coming up there. Let's see.
What you got?
I'm not sure I would want.
Oh, there's one down there on the right of that one with the big sails. That
Oh,
looks
this
good.
this one here or this one here? No.
Yeah.
Well, it does have a big.
It does Isle of Glasgow on it.
So good point. If you need to replace it, you can tap on it and hit replace and go
Yeah,
back
yeah,
and pick it
yeah,
on. Sometimes it's quite hard, especially on the iPad, to actually see what
yeah.
is it.
Because they're
So
quite small thumbnails, aren't they?
let's maybe just put in that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Sometimes you can get around it. So
Yeah, and you could change the focal point on that if you want to see it a bit more, couldn't you? You tap on it.
yeah,
Yeah,
so if you maybe want to kind of a bit more focus on
yeah,
the ring. Yeah.
yeah. Cool. Nice. Right. Where are we? Let me grab this back. Okay, so we've done our two split layouts. Now I'm going to do all this section here, right, including embedding a video. There's a good video here about scientists and diving down to the wreck, because they're still messing around with the Titanic now. They're always going down there, checking all sorts of things out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put all of this stuff in a glide show, but what I need 2 images, right? 2 images. So I'm going to go for iceberg for one, and then because this video is all about diving down to the wreck of the Titanic, I'm actually going to search for something like deep sea diver. So let's go over here, scroll down. This pops up. I'm going to go to glide show. Right, the first one. Grania, what was it? I'm too old. I've forgotten. Iceberg. There you go. I was about to put Viennetta in, and I realized I shouldn't do that. Right. Let's have a look. This one's pretty chunky. That'll do. If that doesn't sink the Titanic, I don't know what will. And then, what was the second one, Grania?
Deep sea diver.
There you go. Oh, to have a young brain. Deep sea diver. There we go. Deep sea diver. And actually, there was.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, that's probably what they did back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to save that one. Right. So now you get these 2 sections, and they glide from one to another, and I like it. So we got this first section here with the iceberg in. Now I'm going to move my text box over to the right-hand side so we can see the full glory of the iceberg. And then I'm going to get this section here, copy, go back, click the plus, press text, paste it in. And here, I like this one. This is another good one. And the ship, which took 3 years to build, would sink in less than 3 hours. So again, Grania's shaking her head. She's reliving the moment.
Yeah.
And we'll highlight that as a quote, because that's just an incredible fact. 3 years to build, 3 hours. Man, that would make me sad. Right. So I've got that one there. And then I'm going to grab this section here. Scientists and historians believe that design flaws were the major factors that led to disaster, but they continue to study the famous steamship, looking for clues. And there we are. Right, I might change the focal point on this so that we can see more of the deep sea diver. There we go. Yeah. And then pop my text in. And now you see, I get this URL here. Well, it's going to do nothing when it's like that. No one can even see anything. So let me press Control or Command and X, and then press the button, the little cross, go to video, stick in my URL. Yeah, new Titanic footage. Check that video out. It is a banger. There's all sorts of mad stuff going on with the Titanic still now. That's like over 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, there we go. Well, there you go. So more than 100 years after the tragedy, its story remains afloat. So I'm going to scroll down, and then I'm just going to, like we did at the top, you see, and we had this kind of, big opening paragraph to hook our reader. I'm going to go for a big close. I'm going to go for a big close. I'm going to put text, paste it in there, and then go to H1 as well. So we've kind of topped and tailed it with, you know, a big opener and a big closer. Its story remains afloat. There you go. That's a pun if ever I saw one. Right, Grania, sort us out with that last bit, please.
Yeah. So I'm going to add my glide show in, and it's giving me a little mini tutorial here.
Oh, nice.
So let me see. I'm going to go to I've got some nice photos on my iPad, so I'll add a few of those in. Let's see. I've got this one, and I'll add that one in.
That is a great one.
I thought I had a nice iceberg somewhere.
There are lots of good free ones for iceberg, actually.
Yeah, let's get one. Yeah, I want one that looks like it would take down the Titanic. Okay, so nice. I've got my few images in. I'm going to hit done. And here we've got our little box data text. I've got my first bit copied. So I'm going to just tap on it, text, and hit paste. Okay.
300 foot gash. What's that in meters? That's about 100 meters, isn't it? Just under.
I'm never very good with the feet.
3 foot's about a meter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just under. That's insane.
Okay. And then if we go to our next bit, let me just get the second bit of the text with my link.
Yeah.
Text, and let's paste it in.
Nice.
Now, I got to highlight this.
Oh. If you do select all on that, would it just get that selection?
Yeah, I'm never sure. Well, I just did a select, and it gives me the little blue highlight box up anyway. So I'm going to just hit cut, and we're going to add video and paste.
Nice.
Put that in.
So easy, that.
So let me just get my last little sort of
closing statement.
Closing statement, like a lawyer.
Yeah.
So again, we're just going to keep scrolling down till we get our text up again. Paste it in, and I'm going to do header 1 as well.
Nice.
And that's our page complete. Yeah.
Very nice. Right. Show them. It's very similar on the iPad, actually. Maybe you can scroll up to the top and then press the present button that you've got, you know, the little play button in the top right.
Oh, yeah.
Just to show it in all its glory.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
So very slick. Yeah.
It is very slick. Button. Great.
Yeah.
Formatting of the quote. Nice.
I like
Look at that. Actually looks like it's syncing when you do that. Yeah, nice. And you got that video, and then go right down to the next. Nice one. Right. What we're going to do now is I'll show you, you know, it's the same in the browser. You can press present and have a look through, and you can actually use your left and right arrows on the you know, on the keyboard to go from section to section, which actually I really like the way that it does that.
Yeah.
And then you press escape to come out of that. But you can actually change your theme if you want to. I quite like the Baldwin theme. Do that at the end, I would say. Actually, I don't like the Baldwin theme at all. I like the Wesley theme. That's better. And then it'll change things like whether it's in capital letters, how the button looks, how the quotes are kind of,
that's nice.
You know, how they appear, which is quite nice, that one, isn't it? So do have a play around with themes, but when you're ready and you've got it, you press share, publish and share link, create link. And then normally these are pretty fast, especially when you're not on a live stream. And there you go. It's about to finish right now. And you can share it to Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, whatever it is that you're using, or you can just copy your link. And then let me just get a little banner up because we want to see your work. So there it is right down the bottom. Share your work with us. So you can see here it's bit.ly/share express. Now, if I go in there, share your work with us just by putting it anonymously into this form, if you like. You don't have to put your name in. I'll put my name is in Dom, and then Dom PS, link to your project. So if I go down there, I'm going to paste in the link to my project. It has to be the published link. You cannot share this link here at the top in your browser. No one can see that apart from you. Okay, you need to share the published link, and then you can share it on that link, which is down below, and then press submit, and it'll go through. And we'll have a look at some of those pieces of work. Gronny, can you just show sharing on the iPad, please?
Yeah. So just to quickly show you, it looks like a little magic wand. If you tap on that, that's where you can change your themes.
Yes.
I think I changed mine to vintage. So I'm going to hit the share button, and I'm going to hit create public link. Just give it a little second.
Yeah, I always think it's quite slightly faster on the iPad. Maybe not today.
Creating it. Yeah. It's that or R. There we go.
So you've got it on your clipboard, but you can also take it from there if you need to.
Yeah, so it's copied already. So we'll maybe use that on our poster if we can.
And then people can go down to that link and share their work with us. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to give you about 4 or 5 minutes now just to, let me grab this back here. We're going to give you 4 or 5 minutes just to finish off your work. And then we'll move on to the next challenge, and we'll also be showing people's work as it comes in. So do get on with that, and I'll stick some music on just to accompany you while you're. Where is the music? I can't even remember. Here we go. Feeding the Ducks. That's the track. There we go. Okay, yeah. So do share your work with us down the bottom. If you want to mute us, that's fine. You've got about 4 or 5 minutes now to get your links ready and start sharing them. And they'll all come in here, you see. This is where we want to see them. So get them going. And they're coming in here. They'll all be anonymous, but we will see your name of your school. And we'll have a look and see what... turn that music down, it's too loud. And then we'll have a look at them and then, see how people are getting on, what kind of formatting they're doing and all that kind of stuff. So that's cool. Okay. So,
Dom, have you been to the Titanic Centre here in Belfast?
I haven't, but I'm hoping to come over in the summer. And I'm expecting to be taken around by you and your team and taken for a gourmet lunch like they would have had on the Titanic, if that's all right.
Yeah, actually, I think the food in there is pretty good. I've been to it once, maybe about 5 years ago. But yeah, I'd love to go again. It's really good. Yeah.
There's actually a Titanic hotel in Liverpool.
Oh, as well, yeah.
Yeah, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
And actually, it was about 5 years ago. I took my mum there for Christmas dinner.
Yeah, and does it look? Is there like features of the Titanic inside it or anything, or what makes it?
Yeah, there are stuff like that, but it's right on the docks.
Oh,
so
okay.
I suppose it's kind of a maritime thing more than anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really nice, really nice. Yeah, but I am hoping to be over in the summer to do some expressy things. So fingers crossed we can get that done. Right. Yeah. Let's see. Come on, people. Let's get these links in. Let's see what else we can do with this. Do go into this little gallery of photos that we put at the bottom of the page. That would be good. This one's a really nice image. Look at that. Not quite sure how it was generated.
Yeah, it looks like CGI'd somehow, doesn't it?
Yeah. Or maybe it's a photo that they've kind of modified. Yeah. Either way, it's pretty spectacular. This is what we're going to... This is the kind of thing... Yeah. This is the vibe for the posters. There's the iceberg. But the one in the free one was actually better than that, I think. We're going to use this image for the posters as well. There's the shipwreck. That'll be good for your page. So don't forget, if you want any of these images, you can right click, save image as, or if you're on the iPad, be patient, press, hold the finger until it says save image, and then you can just go straight to your camera roll. There we go. Right. Come on, people. We've got to get some, look at all the thousands of pieces of work we've got in here. It's time for some pages to come through. That's what we want. That's what we want. Right. Okay, we'll give about another 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll start looking through some links. So if you want to send in your link, just go here. You don't have to put your name in, and you can put a nickname if you want. Don't have to put your school in, but you can if you want. And then don't forget, put your Express link in there. And creating your Express link, don't forget, you can't use the one at the top. Not going to work. Not going to work. You have to press share, publish and share link. And if you do make changes, it will say this thing here, update your link. Well, it will on the browser. It won't necessarily on the iPad. But if you do make changes, yeah, and you want to send them out, so you want them to be reflected in the published version, then just click update link. And then it will just push out all those changes you made to the live page. But it won't, any changes won't be reflected until you press that update link.
So you don't need to generate a new link or anything. The link is a link and it automatically updates.
Yeah, the link will always be the same. The only way that you're going to ever change the link is if you go to publish options and start messing around there. Or actually, if you went back to your projects, and you can unpublish a project.
Oh, okay.
So here you can unpublish it, and then the next time you publish it would be a different link. So that can be good if you send something out and you're like, oh, actually, I really don't want that to be live right now. You can unpublish it, but generally, just keep the project as it is.
Yeah, well, that's good, because sometimes, you know, you're sending links out to people, and then maybe if you're making updates to a page that you've done, or you're adding more work to it, you know, at least it updates it then automatically, and you don't have to send a link all the time.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. Whoa, here we go.
Hey.
We're starting. How do you say that? Dunseverick? Is that a Northern Ireland school?
I don't know.
Sounds Northern Islandy.
Maybe, yeah, or Scottish, maybe.
Yeah, Charlie Loughlin. Right, the HMS Titanic, cracking photo to start us off. Charlie, legend. Yeah, like that. You've got you think you did header 2 then. Nice choice. I like it. That image is a bit pixelated. Maybe sometimes, you know what, on Google Images, sometimes if you just save the thumbnail, it can be quite small. To try and open it up in a new page, and then it might be bigger, but I like the picture. Yeah, nicely done. I like it. Yeah, nice lifeboat image. Always done good. Okay, look at that. This is great. I think he's also done his own research here as well. With a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because there's some facts there that I haven't read in the other.
Yeah, 1 week prior to launch, there was a fire. That is really good. I like that a lot. Right, nice. See, with these embedded or inline images, they call them, you can click them and they will open up in a kind of gallery format. Unfortunately, only 1,000 or 2 people died. There we go. That's nice. That's a nice way to finish. This web page is in memory of the Titanic and all the people that died.
Yeah.
Very classy.
Yeah.
Very classy. I like it.
You've done your own take on that.
Yeah. Our Lady in St. Patrick. This is a Northern Ireland school.
I think so.
Yeah, Corey, good stuff. Nice header. Whoa.
Dramatic image there, yeah.
Where did you get that from? Oh, I like this. Rather than doing it on its own sort of separate section.
Yeah, so he's made a little quote. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Good.
Like that, the button. Maybe try and use the read more and put that as the button text. That might be quite good. Let's click that button. Yeah, it goes through to a good National Geographic Kids. I like that. Blimey. Where are you getting these images from? They're amazing. This is good, isn't it? They're kind of using it as a title.
Yeah, like little subheadings, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, so you've gone for all split layouts, which is a nice way of doing it. And here again. This
Yeah.
is style. I
Well, the
like it.
thing is, people don't like reading lots of big blocks of text, don't you? So you have to think of ideas to break it up.
Yeah, exactly that. So here where you've got your button, this is your YouTube video. You've selected button. You can actually select video and it will go in as a little video player. That would be a nice thing to try. Good stuff. Oh, Our Lady of St. Patrick's are going crazy. Let's check this one out.
They're all coming in.
Yeah. Oh, nice. One thing that we said about this image, I really like it, but I just don't know why it had London on it.
It went
Why
nowhere
the
near
London
London.
on the act?
It went to Southampton, and then it went to Cove and Cork, and then didn't quite make it to New York.
Yeah, we've had enough of London. Sick of them. Right. There we go. Maybe try and format that to be slightly bigger, but very nice sort of heading. Cool. I like that image. Black and white gives it that sort of heritage feel. Read more. Good naming of the button. Yeah, nice. They've broken it up here. I like this. This is good. Yeah, very good. You got the YouTube video. Again, you've selected the button. You can select actual video and put the link in, and then it will create the video for you. Nice. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Great way to end. I like that. Right. You've got another. Oh, that one there is the
Island
National
McGee.
Kids.
Yeah, that's from here.
Island McGee. Is that one of yours? Is it?
Yeah, that's. I was up in that part of the country recently.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Eliza. All right, where'd you get that image? That's superb.
Yeah, that's nice.
Great way of starting us off. Gourmet. She's gone gourmet. She's after your heart there. Yes. Very nice. Good use of it. A good choice of image. Nice.
Kind of changes up the imagery, doesn't it? You know, there's not all boats like so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's an interesting lifeboat. I've seen one of those in the flesh actually on a canal in London. Very bizarre. Someone was actually living in there. And then I like this where you've got this kind of you've sectioned out your work here. This theme, I recognize this theme. Can't put my finger on the name, but I recognize it. Nice one. Yeah, look at that. Got a video in there. Good stuff.
Yeah,
I'm into that. Let's check it. We'll check 2 more. Amy's done the similar thing. Good stuff. Modern lifeboat. Nice little twist. Nice video in there. Good stuff. And then one more. Let's have a look. There's a different image on the back here. Whoa!
Oh, that's nice.
The Skinners. Look at them. Where did you get that from?
Twins or sisters or?
Yeah, maybe they just got the same surname. Who knows? That's great. Yes.
Gourmet food. I'm hungry now.
Yeah, I know. I'm starving. That's nicely done. Yeah, get some text in. Oh, that's nice. So they've gone for it. This is like a photo essay.
Ah, yeah,
yeah. They've broken it up and then gone back to the text. They've given a bit of food for the eyes and then they carried on. That is great. I like it. Right. That has inspired me. Good stuff. Right, let's set the music off. Let's go back here. Let's go to our challenge page. Let's scroll up. Plenty of time for people to finish off their work. If you want to pause us, that's absolutely fine. Finish off that bit. We're going to move on, so you can start at any time you like, or you can come along with us for the ride. So we're going to go back to challenge 1 now, and it's going to be graphic design. Design a vintage Titanic poster from yesteryear. And there is actually a tutorial there that you can check out as well. So after this, if you want to, brush up your skills and that kind of thing, you can go back there. Right. What do I need here? I think the first thing that I need is I'm going to make sure I've got one image from the gallery down here, because don't forget, I think in the education versions of Adobe Express, the free images for the Titanic are a bit rubbish. So
yeah, it doesn't actually show you any Titanic images.
No, I imagine there's copyright things going on. But I do like this one. So I'm going to right click it, save image as, and then Titanic poster image. I'll call it that because I've got all sorts of downloads on here, and that'll just make sure that I remember which one it is. Okay, so I've got that. I'm going to use it for my poster. And Grania, I think you're going to kick us off here. Tell you what I'll do is you kick them off in terms of showing them the right app to start off in, and how you just get like an A4 page going, and then I'll start off with putting images in and stuff.
Okay. So we're using the Adobe Express app, which is this little black app down here. You can see it there.
Yeah.
And a nice colorful A on it. So this is just for like your graphics or, you know, creating any kind of images. So again, it's a bit simpler because you're only doing the one type of thing in here. And it has a big sort of purpley pinky button down at the bottom with the plus. So if we go in there, I'm just going to tap on projects just so you can see you've got your projects if you have anything you're already working on.
Look at that talent. Look at that talent.
What we've been working on the past while. So
The AMA After School Creative Club. Can I be a part of that?
you can, yes. There's only 12 places.
12?
Yes.
That's
what
the
we're
most
starting with.
exclusive club.
Yeah. That's what we're starting with. So.
Nice.
So big purple button with the plus on it. We're going to hit that. And we're going to start with, if we go to the home, actually, you can go up to custom size.
Right.
Tap on that. And it'll automatically bring you in here. But what you can do is you can go to resize, and it'll allow you to choose the size that you want. So you can see we've got lots of options here. And I'm just going to swipe across, and I'm going to choose A4. If you want to go a bit broader, you can use something like letter. The poster one's quite narrow, I find. So you can
I think that.
And print ones. Probably a good idea if you do intend to print it, to choose one of the print options, because then it'll keep you right, sort of size wise and pixel wise. So I'm going to choose A4 and just hit done, and I'm ready to go then.
Cool. Okay, let me grab it back. Okay, so if you're using the browser for this bit, you're going to go to the plus, and then, you know, similar to Gron, you actually custom size graphic, select print A4. It's just an easy one to print, like Gron said. So click next. Right. There are loads of different ways that you can do this. Okay, but this is a way, and it's a pretty good way, I think. So I'm going to get rid of those templates because we're doing ours from scratch because we're digital leaders and we like to have a go at things. So the first thing I'm going to do is click just in the middle. And then on the right-hand side, what you'll see here, it says you can choose a solid color, you can choose an image. And I'm going to choose a solid color. Now, I mean, the original one that I was thinking was kind of like this sort of, you know, old school brownie, creamy type thing, because if you go to, if you Google image search something like Titanic White Star Line poster, you know, there's all these kind of like, you know, faded creamy style images. But in fact, you know, there's all sorts of different stuff. Actually, that's a blue background. That's a blue background. You know, they're all sort of, you know, sort of old school. That's what I think. That's kind of what I was going for. And one of the things I like on this is things like the text, and I like the flag, I like the picture of the boat, I like the text down here as well. And actually, I think it was this one really that kind of inspired how I'm going to show you how to do this one, because they had all these banners on and all that kind of thing. So when I'm back in I'll just keep it as that. You can change it at the end. It's dead easy. It doesn't really make that much difference. And then just click anywhere, and we've got this kind of section here to work with. Now, I think sometimes I put the image in first, and then I put like a border around the image by putting another shape behind it. But actually, I'm actually going to put the shape in first, I think. And if I go to a basic shape, I can just select that. It goes in there. Now it's giving me this delightful orange, whatever that is. I don't want that. I want it to be a white. So I'm just going to, you see what I did there? Let me go back. So if it's this, you can click the fill. Okay. And then down here, you've got the options for colors. You can select any sort of color along here. And once you're in that bit, then you can move the circle in there, and it'll change color. But if you take it all the way up to the top left, or all the way down to the bottom right, that's black and white. Okay, but I'm going to go all the way to the top left. That's good for me. Now, I want to make this like a border for a photo I'm going to put in there. So I'm just going to stretch it out, stretchy. Maybe need to go a little bit more. and then down the bottom here, but I want to leave some space for some text down the bottom. So I'm going to leave that. Right. Cool. Maybe make it a bit bigger. Right. There we go. Now I'm going to put a photo kind of in that, almost like it's sort of mounted. If you look at, where are we? Not any of these. Not that, not that, not that, not that. Where am I? Here we are. You can see that they've got, you know, this photo, for example, has got a border around it. So I'm looking to do that kind of thing, right? So I'll go to my photos, and don't forget, before I save this to my, I've saved this to my computer or your camera roll, whatever you're doing. So here I'm going to upload that photo. Okay. Now, I don't know why it's giving me this kind of, this is date added. It should be coming up first, but it's not. And so let's just put Titanic in. Titanic poster image. That's the one. Right. Stick it in. Now, what I can do with this is I can start scaling it. Now, it's a different size to this box. So I'm going to have to trim somewhere in order to get it all in the box. So roughly, I'm going to stick it there. That's all good for me because it's, you can see on the left and the right hand side, I've got equal spacing. So I'm happy with that. And then I can click crop and shape and then bring those bad boys down. There we go. There's one. And then the other one until you can see the white box. And maybe this is going to end up being pretty spot on straight away. If you need to move your photo, you can just grab and move it within the frame as well. But that is pretty good because you can still see the top of the mast. You can see the bottom. Is the bottom called the hull? Is that the hull?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that though.
And there you go. Look, that's looking pretty stylish. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Grania, why didn't you get us there? Is that okay?
Yep. Okay. So it already has some text on this, but I'm just going to move it up. One of the things I just want to show, see the colors, when you tap on colors, they have some nice color palettes that are nice to choose, you know, like that can keep all your colors in the same kind of tone. So you can select one of those. Now you can still adapt it, but what I like about color palettes is it sort of brings your whole design together. So it automatically has put a color in the background there. If you don't like it, you just tap on the background, and if you go to color, you can change it. So you can see my color palette has come up there, the one that I've chosen, but you can literally pick any other color that you like. So I might go for a lighter one, or this kind of similar to yours, like sort of a vintagey cream kind of color. So I'll go with that one and then hit done. So I'm going to add in my shape as well before I add in my picture. So if I go to add, you can see all the things down at the bottom that you can add to your poster. So I'm going to tap on shapes and let's choose the square again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you tap on it, it doesn't automatically add it. You have to go up to where it says add one. So you can add a couple if you like, but it just doesn't do it straight away. So we have our square here. To change the fill, see down at the bottom, you've got a fill there. So let's choose white as well. Hit done. And I can kind of resize it sort of to what I think I want it to fill. Go up here.
Right.
I'm not too worried about what I find sometimes on the iPad, because your screen space is a little bit smaller. Sometimes just use the pinch to kind of pinch out so I can see, you know, whole image. So let's tap on our picture again. I think that's kind of roughly where I want it, and leaving that space at the bottom for my little bit of text down there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to hit add again, and I'm going to get my photo, and I've already saved one to my photo library. Which one did I use now before? Was it that one? Yeah, let's go with that one. Hit add. Now it's going to ask me, do I want to pin it to the background or move it freely? We're going to move it freely so that we have kind of a choice of where it's going to go. All right. And let's.
Oh yeah, cool. That's almost a better size for it, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, so what you might need to do is go back then to your shape and actually resize your shape a little bit. So it's just kind of
Yeah,
working back and forth till you get it the way that you want it, and move those things around so that your design is the way that you want it.
yeah,
Don't forget that once you start add all your elements, you need to make sure you tap on the thing that you want to move, because sometimes people go, "Oh, why is that not working?" And it's just because you need to make sure that it's selected. So
mm,
um,
that's nice.
that gets tricky once you've lots of things going on your image.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. Right, that's nice. I like that. Right, let's get back here. Where are we? There we go. Right. So, a couple of things that we're going to need to do here. Well, actually, first, let me change the Titanic poster. You do this at the end of the iPad, but I'm going to do it now on mine. Now, I'm going to add some text in. Okay, so you can just put add your text. And then here, I'll just put the Titanic. And then I'll put it all onto one line. It keeps on giving me this really nice orange. I'm gonna change it. But let
Really
me.
wants to use it.
So there we go. Stick it in there. Now, to change your fonts, a couple of things you can do. You can go in here and start looking at different fonts and that kind of thing. But actually, what I find is if I select it and go down to font recommendations, press explore more. Right now, I'm looking for something which looks like, how the old sign writers used to do. It's quite
Oh
cursive.
yes, yeah, with a paintbrush.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to go for that one there, and then I'm going to make it bigger. The Titanic. Right. I don't want it to go. Oh, I don't want it to overlap my kind of borders here. I've got these, they kind of. I want it to be a clear space around the outside of everything. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to select it again, not into that color. So what I'll do is I'll change it to white. But also, what I'll do is I'll put a little outline on it. Now, it's given me a cream sort of outline, which is completely useless. So I'm going to put like a red outline on it. And maybe take it right over here. Sort of a darkish red, maybe. There, yeah, something like that. I don't want it to be so bright because I feel like that's really modern.
You see the little eyedropper there? Can you choose the red that's on the bottom of the boat?
Grania. Look, that's why you're here. That's why you're here, because she has all the best ideas. There you go. Look at that. Nice.
It's dark, but that's a nice way to tie your design together.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I might brighten up a tiny bit, but yeah, that you're basically finding out exactly what the palette is, like Gron, was saying before. So we've got that in there. I'm cool with that. Now, if I go back and have a look at some of these posters, these banners are cool. I like these.
Yeah.
So there's different ways you can find banners. If you go to shapes, you can find banner. And then it has things in there like these, for example. And I don't mind those. They're quite cool. But actually, I'm going to delete that. If you go to design assets, there's better ones in here. So I'm going to go to banner. And I'm looking for one I'm looking for one on 2 lines. It's going to give me 2 places to put text. Yeah, there we go. I like that. And then I'll stretch it out so it's nice and big, nice and bold. Move it around. Just use my keys to move it around, my arrow keys. Now, in terms of color, it's this kind of, I don't know what that is. It almost looks like a brown in some ways. But I'll put a filter on it. Now, you can select the filter that you want. I'm looking for a sort of royal red. There we go. That kind of works. But you can just adjust it by clicking there. And then I might make this slightly darker because they didn't really have access to like such vivid colors back in days of yore.
Yeah, when they were printing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the darker the color, the more vintage it looks. And then I'm going to stick some text in. And I'll put stuff like white star line. What am I even typing? White star line. That'll be 1. Now it's giving me an outline on it. I don't know why. Because I had an outline on my last one, I guess. But now that's much more readable. And then I can put it, make it the kind of size I'm looking for, and stick it in my banner here. Now, you might need to just play around. You see, sometimes it's easy to use your arrow keys, and then also you can just rotate it ever so slightly, so it kind of looking like it's fitted in there. That's cool. White star line. And then I'll also grab that, duplicate it, just because I want the same sort of size, I suppose. Make that a little bit straighter. And then I'll change that. It was Southampton to New York, wasn't it, Bronya?
Yeah.
Right. To New York. There we go. Now, obviously, that's a lot more text. So you might want to bring that down slightly, get it all onto one line. And then, hey presto, we're roughly in the right place. Happy with that. Right. Grania, over to you.
Yeah. So as I say, it already adds in a little bit of text. So I'm going to tap that. And like it says, double tap it to actually edit the text. So let's get in the Titanic. Okay. And let's move it up here. Maybe get it onto the one line. And down at the bottom, you've got all your options then for changes. So let's go to font. And you can see we have some options along here. Let's go to recommendations to see what it comes up with.
Yeah, mine was it's called Hot Salsa, I think. Seemed to work quite nicely.
I quite like that one because it's kind of a little bit Art Deco.
Yeah, so, it is nice, isn't it?
I'll go with that one just to have something different. And maybe I'll actually, because I have quite a bit of space, maybe I'll just do it like that. Maybe, you know, because I've quite a lot of space.
Yeah, because your photos landscape, isn't it?
Fill it in, yeah. So let's go to our color now, and let's get something. I'm going to choose white as well, and then just show you how you can do an outline on that. Okay, let's hit done, and then you have some options across here. Let's go to effects, and you have 3 there, and outline is the third one on the right. So again, it's given me this kind of creamy one that's not really any use.
Yeah.
So anytime you see those little sliders, that means you can make some kind of adjustments. So let's pick a different color. The orange, I don't know. Let's try the dropper. What about the blue?
Oh, nice. Yeah, that works.
So let's go with that. And hit done. And you can also make the line thicker or thinner if you think it's too thin.
It's kind of a nautical sort of font as well, that, because it's got the wavy H.
Yeah.
And E. I like it.
Nice.
And the shape of the hull and stuff like that.
Yeah. So we've got our text in. So next I need to look for a little banner. And again, if we go back to add, I'm going to go into the design assets as well. And tap in banner. Yeah. So
loads in there.
Yeah. Let's look for a double one as well. Let's choose that one. And again, you have to hit add to make sure that it goes on.
Oh, nice.
And let's move it up.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one, that one.
I'm just looking to see, because I'd like to do from Southampton to New York, I just want to see, can I flip this so that...
Oh, nice.
And then the other one's on the bottom.
Yeah.
You can make some adjustments to, the elements that you're adding by using those flip, kind of flips it the other way to suit what you need, So let's add some more text. What would we say? From Southampton. And I think I'm going to try and get a font that's a bit more like yours, a bit more kind of
scripty.
Yeah, handwriting. And I think I'll make it white as well.
Yeah, that'll go nicely on the banner.
And then if you need to, let me see, how do you get no outline on this?
Let's... No, click done on that. Text and then outline, right.
I'll have to look into see how you do that. Get rid of outline.
I think
somewhere, but can see it there. So I'm just doing like Dom has done, just resize it so it'll fit in, and just using my rotation to make sure that it fits on the banner. Before I hit done, what I want to do is, if I go to edit, I'm going to duplicate it. So that's really handy because it kind of has already the font in the same size, and now I just need to double click it and change the actual text. Okay, and oops, I kind of want it all in one line, and then rotate it.
Yeah, cool.
See, I can kind of zoom in on the iPad, which is very handy.
Yeah.
There, I think that works.
Yeah, that works really well.
All right. Yeah, it's coming together.
Very cool. Oh my, let me just present again on mine because it keeps on timing out. Share screen, entire screen, share. Right. Let's gonna bring this home now. Okay, so we've
sometimes
got
when you're my image is actually a little bit small, but I've really kind of what's the most important thing on a poster, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think we're losing you a little bit there, so just let your machine catch up, and then I'll do this bit here. So I'm going to put a little bit of text in. I'm going to keep the same sort of fonts, just makes it easier. Let me grab you down here, and let me. There you go. You can see where that dotted line is. That just means that it's kind of. That just means that it's horizontal, perfectly horizontal. Now I'm not going to put white star line in again. What I'm going to do is just click it and just put the largest liner in the world, something like that. Now obviously that text is a bit big, so I can bring that down, move it into the middle. That's pretty cool. I like that. It probably needs that outline on again, I would say. So let me do that. And there you go, Gron, you're back. And then I will put my suggested red bit on there. Now, that all that text stuff, that's kind of, you can mess around with that all day long, really. I'm already looking at that and thinking it's a bit too big. So I'm going to make sure that it is centered. There you go. Now, other things that you can do, you can put shapes in there. Like I might put a star in there because it's obviously the white star line. Spelled that wrong, but that's fine. Put that one in there. Is that going to do it for me? There we go. And it's actually put it in white, which is quite handy. So I could take that. I could kind of put it on a little slant. Maybe I'll try and, what am I going to try and do? I don't know what I'm trying to do. Let's put it in here. I suppose I'm trying to match it up. So there you go. That'll do. In my layer stack, I think I want it to sit behind the Titanic. So I'm going to drag that down. And then the text will just pop on top, and I can also just actually make it bigger. There you go. That looks kind of cool. But the thing that I wanted to show you is backgrounds. Was it backgrounds? No, it was texture in design assets. I think it's in design assets. Let me just check. Yeah. What we want to do here is kind of make this really grainy and old looking. So what I'm going to do is going to select the texture. I mean, it doesn't really matter which one, to be honest, because they're all going to work. Maybe this one. I'll try that. Now, it's gone in here. You can't really see it that well. But if I put it up to the top and then drag it out, yeah, I'm not even sure whether this is a good one. But anyway, we'll try it. And then bring the opacity down. Yeah, don't like that much. Delete it. Not into it. Right. So I'm going to I'm looking for a heavier texture, I think. So I'll try this one here. Right. So that's gone in. Now this one's much heavier, which I think will be better. So I'll put it in there and then drag it. There you go. Maybe nudge it over a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to reduce the opacity right down. But what you'll see is it kind of gives it this kind of grainy, old school style look, which I really like. I think that's cool. What do you think, Grania?
Yeah, it looks like it's, you know, almost in a newspaper, the way that old newspapers used to look. You know, that kind of
Yeah,
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
printed.
So I do like that. I think it works quite nicely, and just might you just play around with where it sits. It
Yeah,
needs to.
it looks too modern, doesn't it, when you don't have anything on it?
Yeah, it does look very modern, but if you put like a texture on and then just this is the opacity slider here. If you bring that right down, then it should make it
Yeah,
look
just
nice and
looks
grainy.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you wanna try put the texture on, or you?
Yeah, I'm gonna just get my
Yeah. Let me show people how to share just while you're doing that. So same as the page. When you're ready to share, click share, publish, and then click link. You can do Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, whatever it is that you need to do. But don't forget this link at the top here. Nobody else can see that apart from you. So you do have to create your link here if you want to share it to anyone, or if you want to publish it, or whatever it is. So there you go. I'll move over to Grania while that's loading, because might take 30 seconds or so. Okay, off you go.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go down to my ad here and go into our design assets and look up texture. I mean, it's amazing the stuff you can get on this, isn't it?
It's
Yeah, I'm gonna
incredible, yeah.
go take your advice and go for something quite heavy.
Because you can always reduce the opacity right down, can't you? So actually heavier
Yeah,
the better in some ways.
so because you have to reduce the opacity to be able to see the post,
Yeah.
you need something that's gonna,
Yeah,
you know,
because that one the first one I used just wasn't enough.
yeah. So let's tap on our texture, go to opacity, and then just bring it right down.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
works.
that
Yeah.
worked well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and if you want, go to shapes and you can add in your star. Let's get this kind of
I
star.
actually remember when I first did this is that I put the star on top of the texture actually, and it kind of made it look quite nice, I thought.
Yeah, so
But it kind
that's
of
it.
made it stand out.
Oops, sorry, I accidentally chose the color. Yeah, so that's it. Keeps doing that because I'm dragging it. That's it on top.
Yeah. I must say I do quite like it when it's on top.
But if you wanted to change the order,
Yeah.
you can go in here and just bring it back if you want. I know what you
Yeah.
mean. It makes it stand out a bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
you could always put it on top and then reduce the opacity slightly, but it kind of doesn't work so well. Yeah, but yeah, either way, you can try that. How do you? Oh, you got one on each side. Nice. I like that.
Yeah,
That's
that's what
really cool. Yeah.
I feel like there's not enough around the top there. So yeah, you can do
Yeah.
that to it.
That
Yeah.
balances it out really nicely. How do you? How would you download that to your camera roll, and how would you share that?
So we have a download button here, and we're just gonna download, and it tells me
Nice.
it's saved the camera roll, which I like because some apps don't do that.
Yeah.
And then you can also share. So we want to share images, and
That's the up arrow, isn't it? There you go.
So you can save image there as well.
Yeah, that is handy. I wonder why they don't just have that one arrow really, but
yeah. So and you can do it there as well.
yeah, very cool.
You have your copy your link.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's the same as my one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly the same, and that'll copy to your clipboard.
Yeah.
Just like mine did before. Go on.
Yeah, and paste it into if you want to email it to someone, or even paste it into a document, so then you have it.
Yeah.
Or anything you're doing on the Titanic.
Yeah, exactly that. Right. Well, there are two challenges. The first one was the web design one. Second one was the image one, the poster one. Now, we're going to wrap it up there. Just before we go, don't forget, if you complete your two challenges, and also if you complete your two challenges, Miss Mira, by the way, I checked my swag form. We need to get you to fill in the swag form for you to get swag. It won't come automatically. You have to actually fill in the form. So I will be emailing all the teachers who've come to the session, telling them, let me know if anybody needs any swag. If you've done your 2 challenges, you'll get your swag. If you're going to go and teach it in another class, you'll also get VIP swag, which is a very nice thing to have. But it is the 18th today, so we're past the Titanic anniversary, of course.
Yeah.
But apart from that, happy anniversary of the Titanic. Grania, thank you so much. How did you find it?
Oh, it was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Always love doing the Titanic. It's one of my
It's
favorite
such a good
topics.
topic to do in school, isn't it? It's brilliant. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Do let us know when you completed your challenges. We'll send out that swag to you. Otherwise, keep creating, keep expressing.